Yes, afternoon and welcome. This is Matt Davis. I'm the sports director here at the White Rock YMCA. This will serve as our 2017 summer T-ball, softball, and baseball coaches meeting. Just want to go over a couple quick things just to make sure we're all on the same page moving forward into the start of the season. And, we're ramping up to get ready. Uh, so we'll get right into it. The season start date is going to be the week of the 29th. That's the end of this month. May 29th is when we're going to start. We're looking at games being on any combination of Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. We do partner with the Lake Highlands YMCA or the Richardson YMCA, depending on the league and how many teams we have in that league. When I say partner, we combine divisions to where we have more teams to play, more competition. We're not playing the same team every week, so it's a good thing there. The Tuesday Thursday games are going to be at the Lake Highlands site. Friday and Saturday will be over here at the White Rock sites. The Lake Highlands sites for games are at the Lake Highlands YMCA. The White Rock sites are are going to be at Glencoe or TT. Fridays will be at Glencoe, and then a combination of Glencoe or TT on Saturday. So again, we're going to start May 29th, the week of May 29th. As far as rosters, the first draft will be sent out by tomorrow, May 6th. I'm still working on a few, getting people placed and stuff, and we're gonna have to find some additional coaches to fill some spots for some free agents that we formed a team with, but we do need a coach to step up. So that's going to be important there. So you'll get your rosters tomorrow. Coaches look them over. If you're missing somebody or if you need additional players, just let me know, and we'll get the second draft out by Monday. So that serves that answers our roster questions. Additionally, equipment will be ready to pick up next Thursday. So just look for an email then early in the week next week as when we're going to have equipment ready. We provide everything as far as helmets, catcher's equipment for the leagues that need it. Even though we're not real, a lot of our leagues don't really need the catcher per se, except for the modified kid pitch. But it's just good to have. We're going to have the face mask, shin guards. You get the chest protector. As far you'll get an equipment bag. It'll have a few helmets in it. Not a helmet for every kid, but at least 3 helmets in there. Our T-ball leagues will provide a tee as well. But what we won't provide is the balls. So the coaches will need to provide the balls. As far as softballs for the girls, it's a 10-inch softball. Of course, with coach pitch, we're going to play with the hard ball. And then T-ball is your normal T-ball that you can find at Dick's Sporting Goods or Walmart, any of those type stores. So again, rosters will be first draft tomorrow, sent out to the coaches. Look it over. Let me know if there's any changes that need to be made or if you're missing anybody. I'll look at my report to make sure that they hadn't signed up. If they hadn't signed up, they do have until Wednesday of next week to get signed up. I'm only accepting kids right now as far as registration is concerned that are on teams or you are looking for them to play for you. So just keep that in mind. I'm not taking any new people as far as having to try to find them a new team. And then your equipment pickup will be Thursday of next week. As far as practices, we can start that starting next week. If your roster's good and you're ready to go, you can start practice next week. As far as practice, the YMCA does not reserve individual space for every team. What we do is we'll block off a space at a location that you can use and any team can use. Now what that means there is I'll have it Monday through Friday. It'll be a big green space. It doesn't have any backstops, so it's not it's not your ideal baseball diamond, but it is what we have available. And it's kind of a first come first served basis. We do it in soccer, we do it in flag football. Teams get used to where everybody kind of sets up and respects their space. But you can do that. The field that we're going to have is Hexter Elementary. Plenty of green space. There's no backstop out there, but teams have practiced there in the past, and I mean you can get a lot done in that field space. As far as requirement for practicing, I only require one day a week. It's at your discretion. You can pick the field, the place, the time of day, the day of the week, all that good stuff. You're the coach, so you're in control of that. So working around you and your team's schedule. You can go through reservations, and if you're going to go through, if you want a backstop, the backstop sites are going to be those Dallas Park sites. It's going to be the DISD sites, but there's not as much leeway as what I have already reserved at Hexter. Now, can every team probably practice at Hexter? No. So if you do want a site that has a real diamond or a real backstop, you can find your own, or you can go through the reservation offices through the park city, through the city park, or through Dallas ISD. The city parks, of course, are going to be Glencoe. It's going to be TT. Those are the two that I have for games, but they may have space during the week as well for practices. The ISD schools that you may look at, Stonewall's going through some construction right now, so they don't have the field space ideally for baseball practice. But there's also Mata if you wanted to work out something there, or Lakewood if you have a relationship there, stuff like that. So that's as far as how practices go. As far as the actual season and the makeup of the season, before I mentioned that we were going to end up most likely with the leagues that we are short teams in a specific division, we will interleague with either Lake Highlands or the Richardson YMCA. The Lake Highlands YMCA, we will play games Tuesday, Thursday at their site. Each team's going to play two games per week, so it's going to be pretty structured to where you're either going to play Tuesday or Thursday, or you're going to play Tuesday and Thursday and not the weekend, or you're going to play Friday, Saturday, or a combination of of a Tuesday and a Thursday, and then a Friday and a Saturday. We do that to get all the games in a quicker time frame, only because of the Texas heat that we're going to get come July. We want to be done with the league as much as possible that week or the week after 4th of July, because we know it heats up. So we want to get the kids and kids games in before it gets to those triple digits. It's Texas. It's going to be hot. It's going to heat up real quick. We know that. We're going to play an 8-game season. So I mean, we're gonna get a lot done quickly. So just be ready for that. Games during the week, as far as at the Lake Highlands side, they're gonna be like 6 and 7 o'clock, or 5:45, 6:45, something like that. So there's plenty of time, ample time to get there, to get there and get ready to go. Games at Glencoe on Friday nights are going to be 6 and 7 o'clock, and then the games at TT or at Glencoe on Saturdays will start at 9, and we'll try to be done by 2 or 3. So just keep that in mind as well. The interleague with Richardson, now that's more our upper level divisions. That's our modified kid pitch, which is our 3rd and 4th grade. That is our 10U softball. We just don't have as many teams here or with Lake Highlands to collectively make a quality division on our own. So we will combine with Richardson. Now, when we combine with Richardson, there's a lot less leeway as far as getting games played down here at our site. Now, there may be a few, but I'll tell you up front that you may play the majority of your games at the Richardson site. It's only that way because we don't have a majority stake of teams in that division. So in order to allow our teams to play, we kind of have to abide by those rules there. So just keep that in mind. It's great size. We've done it with soccer. It's always worked out. They do a great job, and I'm thankful that we have them to help us out. Like I said earlier, we're still working on rosters. I I'm trying to honor every friend request I can. I'll tell you that up front. The friend requests are what they are. They are a request. So if you want 6 or 7 kids to play on the same team, but you didn't signify a coach for that team, I need one of the parents to step up to be a coach for that team. So just be ready to see an email there if that's the case for your group of kiddos that want to play together. We will definitely need a coach for that team. Just a heads up there. If you're wanting to join a team, it's all good as long as the coach is on board as well. I'm not going to press a kid to a team that already has a preformed the coach already has a preformed roster, and it puts that team over the edge number wise, and if they already have a full squad, So, but if you get the okay from the coach, I'll definitely add you to the team, and we'll be good there. Other than that, the way I group teams together, I try to group them as best by location as I can. During the summer and during baseball, our numbers are a little smaller than what we've had in our bigger sports, soccer and basketball. So you may not get that request as far as I want to play with all Stonewall kids, or I want to play with all Hexter kids, because we just don't have that mass, that amount of kids to make a full team entirely. I'll try to group it up as best I can, but there is a chance that that request does not get honored because we just don't have that number of kids from that specific school in that specific age group to where they can all play together. So just keep that in mind. As far as this coaches meeting, it'll be a link sent in an email. Aside from sending it to the coaches, I'm going to also send it to the entire league. I want to be sure the entire league is on the same page as the coaches are as far as what to expect, moving forward into the league, when to see stuff from your coaches, when to contact me at the Y if you hadn't heard anything, all that timeline stuff. So aside from this video, you're also going to get a timeline through an email. The email is going to have that timeline. It's going to lay out the high points of this meeting, as well as when your coach should contact you. If you haven't heard from your coach, what to do. The logistics of the league. Where and when are we going to play? Also, specific stuff as far as uniforms. Coaches with uniforms. That's all coordinated through you. Okay. So what you'll do is the recommended vendor of choice is Dallas East Sports. Dallas East Sports is located down Garland Road, 10244 Garland Road is the address. The owner's name is Monica. The turnaround on jerseys is usually a week to 10 days. So, as long as we get them in by the 12th, 13th, we'll be in good shape as far as that, 10 days out from the start of the league at the latest, so the 19th. You can be anything. You can be any color. You can be any name, whatever you like, just as long as it's Y appropriate. You can be as fancy as you want. You can be as resourceful as you want as far as price point that you want to spend per jersey. But what you do is she'll go through a catalog with you. She'll pick out, help you with the colors. She'll help you out with the sizes. She'll help you out with the names. All that stuff, because she knows what she's been printing, and she knows if there's 15 Ranger teams, you probably don't want to be a Ranger team for the league, so she'll help you with that as well. What she'll do is she's going to give you the total price, and then she's going to give you the individual price per jersey based off the amount of kids on your team. From there, you'll take that individual total. If it's $25 extra per player, you'll take that and you'll let your parents know, hey, I need $25 at the first practice for the jersey, and you'll go from there. Typically, teams will get just a jersey and the hat. Baseball pants are additional on the parent, but you can get the whole jersey and the whole pants, the whole get up from Dallas East Sports. Or you can just get the jersey and hat, save some money, and go get the pants at Walmart or Academy, a place like that. So just keep that in mind as well. During the season, we will have a picture day. Picture day will be to be determined as far as the date. I will let you know. Coaches, you'll receive a link and you can pick a time that's scheduled around your game time to get the pictures done. We'll provide medals for the league as well. So that's the majority of the league. As far as league rules, instead of going into league rules over this meeting, because we can get it could be 15-20 minutes per division. What I'm going to do is when I send out the email with this link and the timeline, I will send the rules as well as an attachment, because each are a little tweaked, a little different. T-ball is a little different than modified T-ball, and then modified T-ball is a little different than first grade coach pitch. The first grade coach pitch is a little different than second grade coach pitch, and so forth, so on. So you'll be whichever league that you're in, after you get your rosters and the schedules are made, you'll be able to tell. Schedules will be out by the end of next week. I'm gonna allow up till then to give you a chance to just make sure everything's in line, and to also give me one conflict date. What a conflict date is a date a predetermined date that you know your team can't play a game. Give me that up front before I make the schedules, and we'll work around that. I'll schedule around that date. If you don't give me any, I'm expecting you to play on the dates that I register. That I schedule. So keep that in mind. Reschedules, because we're trying to get so much in such a quick time, so we can beat the heat. The only thing that I'm really going to reschedule for is rain. Or another YMCA event. Those are the two things only. If you're a coach and you can't be at a game, make arrangements to have someone else coach that team. Okay? If you're short players, if you have 9 or if you have 8, try to play. It's real important. It really helps with the scheduling, because if we get 2 weeks into the season and then I got 5 teams that want the next week off, it really makes it tough to get all the games in. I'm trying to guarantee you 8 games, so just keep that in mind also. If you know ahead of time that there's a date that you can't play, that one conflict date, go ahead and get that to me. Give it to me by next Wednesday at the latest. But if you don't give me a date, I'm thinking that you're going to play, and I'm accounting for you to play, and you need your team to show up. That's pretty much the logistics of the league and everything. The next thing, the most important thing, is the communication. Communication is the biggest part of this. As far as getting league information out, the best way I'm going to communicate to y'all is via the email. Okay? Aside from this video and aside from the next email with the link, the timeline, and the rules, I will be primarily talking specifically to the coaches. I have a coach listserv. This is a distribution list that I will provide league information or league updates on periodically through the season, just to make sure we're all on the same page. So be sure that I have a good email for you. Check your emails often. Depending on the weather or however the weather is, we may have a rain out. The rain may pop up, Friday evening and cancel Saturday. But I'm not going to make a decision until I'm at the field and I see what it looks like, and because if we can play, if there's a chance we can play, I'm definitely going to play. So just be sure you give me a good email. If you haven't received an email from me, just be sure that you reach out to me specifically, and I'll add you to that distribution list. That's real important. As far as information to the league, we do have this thing called the Remind app. The Remind app is strictly for cancellations of games due to weather. That's so I can get out information quicker to the league. It takes a little bit off of the coach. The coach doesn't have to read my email and then turn around and send 13 more emails out to his team, his or her team. But everybody in the league can get the text through the Remind app. It's a texting system. It's a non-reply texting system. It's just for me to send out messages to you specifically about weather. I'll set that up next week. You'll get a text that says, "Hey, this is the White Rock YMCA baseball rain out line Remind app. Do you want to opt in? It is in your best interest to say yes. If you don't say yes, there won't be no way to retrieve that. It'll disappear." So and as far as an app, it's only an app for me. It's not an app that you download. The only thing that you need is to opt in. and then it's going to be a text from a generic number that the Remind app provides for me. It goes directly to your phone. Okay. So again, just to wrap up, that was our coaches meeting for the 2017 summer baseball, Tball, and softball season. What to look for is first round of rosters will be sent out tomorrow. You'll receive this email with a link to this video. The video will be posted on YouTube. Remember that the video is for the entire league, not just coaches. So if you received the video and you're wondering why you did, I sent it to everybody just to be sure that we're all on the same page. Other items in the email are going to be the league rules, the timeline of when to see certain stuff or when to hear from your coaches, and then of course the rosters. That'll be our first draft coaches on the rosters tomorrow. Look it over, let me know if you're missing anybody, and go ahead and email me back, and we'll get that fixed up on Monday when we send draft 2. So thank you, have a good evening, and look forward to a great season. Bye-bye.